that Bitcoin could become the base settlement layer for all global assets. And, and then there's other people, oh, of course. That's what we've been saying all along. Well, maybe not, but okay. But here's the thing. People who are, ETH heads are like, no, there's more transactions on ETH.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Finance. In this video, Yusko discuss about Bitcoin, crypto, money, and gold. According to Yusko, as Yusko mentioned before, there's a real possibility that Bitcoin may eventually take the place of all global assets base settlement layer. Other people, of course, that's what we've been saying the entire time. Like, alright, maybe not, but this is the thing. Folks who are familiar with the heads are saying that there are more transactions below, and Yusko saying that's not what I stated. Yusko said that this is the final settlement layer is probably going to be the highest for the highest grade assets, how to evaluate quality using the quality chain. Say, I'm not aware of any hacks or uptime protection alright, so you might argue for either. But ultimately, what Yusko observed is the highest value. Digital assets are moving in the direction of Coinbase, and lots of things Yusko discussed, so please watch the video to end. And share, subscribe our channel Everyday Finance. Thanks.
I said at this conference in New York, and it's like making the rounds on Twitter, I said, look, there's actually a chance, they quoted me as saying it will definitely happen. I said, there's actually a chance that Bitcoin could become the base settlement layer for all global assets. Right? And everybody's like, and then there's other people, oh, of course. That's what we've been saying all along. Well, maybe not, but okay. But here's the thing. People who are, ETH heads are like, no, there's more transactions on ETH. I'm like, that's not what I said. I said the ultimate settlement layer for the highest quality assets likely will be the highest quality chain. How do you judge quality? I don't know. Uptime, lack of hacks, security. Okay. So you can make a case for both, but at the end of the day, what I see happening is the highest value digital assets are migrating toward Bitcoin. That's interesting. And it doesn't mean you can't have, to your point, other systems that do other things and even have monetary use cases, but they won't be money. Like if you believe, as I do, that Bitcoin has won the war for digital gold, right? That it is a better form of gold. It's equally scarce and more divisible and more portable. And therefore it will replace gold as that base layer. Then we can abstract all we want on top of it. And it's not going to be without a fight, right? Because what I'm saying is you can have multiple layers. It's like I say it all the time. I use a Visa card, actually it's a MasterCard, as money. I don't ever carry money. I don't have any physical money on me at any time. And I use this piece of plastic, but that piece of plastic does not settle to the base layer to my bank account, but once a month. Like literally, it's got a 30-day block time in the sense that, Visa keeps their centralized database of all my transactions. And then once a month it settles and I send them some cash. And so it goes from the MasterCard Visa network down to ACH, down to FedWire, down to the base layer. And that's kind of what I envision is there will be plenty of things that are faster, doing all the batching and I don't believe you're gonna buy a coffee with Bitcoin and settle it all the way. It's more of the batching of those transactions. And you may at some point use Bitcoin as a medium of exchange. I mean, so far, not so much. I mean, on occasion, there are a few places, but I think we're still in the development phase. And what I love about that, right, is one, just how much history there is all related to this idea of exploration, exploitation of the resources. And look, to your point, commodity money has a solid, pun intended, history, right? Yeah. When you back currency with a commodity, it does okay. When you don't, it's not good. I talked about it. 775 paper currencies in the history of the world. 3/4 of them are gone, right? Completely gone. And the reason gold has been money for forever, for 5,000 years, is because it's both commodity and currency. It has a commodity use. There's an industrial use. It's a hard commodity. But it has this monetary use, and it's not a currency per se, in the sense that, there were days where gold doubloons were used as currency. But now all those gold doubloons and bars sit in bank vaults as the base layer of money, and you build currency on top of that through debt. And it's a perfectly fine system to a point.
According to Mark Yusko, what Mark finds so fascinating about that is how much of the history found in is connected to the concept of exploration misuse of the resources and a focus on commodities at the exclusion of others. Money has a long and illustrious history, correct. It works well when you back currency with a commodity. No, it's not a good idea. Mark Yusko discussed 775 paper money. Over the history of the 3/4 of them have vanished, gone from the earth entirely, and that for 5,000 years, gold has been used as currency forever. Because since it functions as a currency and a commodity, it is a hard commodity with industrial and commodities uses in addition to its monetary value use. Even though it's not really a money in the sense that there have been days where gold deons were once used as money. But all those gold deons are now metal bars, serve as the foundation for money and bank vaults, upon which you assemble currency in addition to that through debt, and everything is good system up to a degree. Let's back to the Mark Yusko interview.
And this is where I had this amazing, I think I talked about this amazing conversation with Caitlin Long, about 6 weeks ago when I was down at the Blockchain Capital annual meeting. And we spent 2 hours talking. I mean, just about all kinds of stuff. But she changed my mind on, I'm a big believer that fractional reserve banking is maybe one of the great inventions of all time, right? There's fire and there's electricity, but fractional reserve banking to me did allow you to have greater growth than you would otherwise have if everybody just took their gold bars and buried them in the backyard. I absolutely believe it's critical. And I say it all the time, name a country that doesn't have or has a poorly functioning fractional reserve system that you would move to. Oh, wait, right? So this is not happening. So, but her point was, in the digital age, the ratio is too high. So all throughout time, we got to around 10 to 12 times turns of leverage, right? You deposit $1, you can lend 90 cents. You take the 90 cents, you can deposit it, then you can lend 81 cents. And you can do that about 10 or 12 times and be okay, because a bank run, right? If everybody wants their money, it's not there, right? It's literally not there. It's in your house and his house and her house. So it's functionally insolvent, the system, but it works as long as there's calm and trust. But a bank run used to take weeks, literally weeks, because you had to physically go and there was only so many hours in a day and people had to stand in line. And today, it's a flash. $42 billion fled Silicon Valley Bank because of Peter Thiel's stupid email, and in 2 hours. So she said, you can't have 12 times anymore. You might not even be able to have 6 times. I mean, literally my mind was blown. I'm like, oh my God, that's right. That's absolutely right. It doesn't mean we have to do away with fractional reserve. It doesn't mean you have to be fully collateralized, but it can't be as high. I'm like, that's some genius right there.
According to Mark Yusko, what Mark observed is that digital assets with the highest value are moving towards Bitcoin is an intriguing technology, but it doesn't mean you can't use other systems that accomplish other tasks and even possess financial use cases, but they won't money like. Mark Yusko say, if you agree with me, that Bitcoin has emerged victorious in the battle. For indeed, digital gold is a more superior type of gold because it is more rare and valuable. It will take the place of gold as the foundation layer since it is more portable and divisible, can be topped with any abstraction we choose. If you learned something from this video, then please like this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance, and we will meet in next video. Thanks.